Good. Hey everybody, Paul from the Vitamin House in Manalapan, New Jersey, and my lovely wife Anna.
Hi everyone.
Tonight, take a few minutes of your time, talk to you about energy supplements. It's a question that comes up a lot at the store. Do energy supplements really work? Question is asked frequently, so I just want to go over a few things with you. A lot of people will come in thinking, just get a multivitamin, and they're looking for multivitamins to, for energy supplements. If you're really deficient in the nutrients that the multivitamin is providing, then yeah, they can give you a little bit of energy, but I wouldn't look to a multivitamin to give you energy. A multivitamin is really just to kind of cover the bases of stuff you might not be getting from your diet. So many people come in and say, oh, my multi is not working, it's not giving me energy. Just because the multivitamin isn't working doesn't mean it's not giving you, just because it's not giving you energy doesn't mean it's not working. It's doing other things and providing you other nutrients. It's doing other things besides giving you energy. But if you do look for energy from a multivitamin, the plant-based multivitamins, things that have like spirulina, wheatgrass, some of the plant-based things usually are the ones that will give you more energy than a normal multivitamin that you would get at just say like a grocery store or a drugstore would. A lot of people too will look for energy drinks for supplementation for energy, and they show you all the things that are on here, creatine, CoQ10, things like that. The energy and B12. It doesn't matter. Whatever these things say on the label, the energy is coming from the caffeine that they put in it, bottom line. Or an herb that they put in there that naturally has high caffeine in it. That's where the energy is coming from. So the rest is really just window dressing to kind of mislead you sometimes and make you think it's coming from the B12 or make you think it's coming from the creatine or CoQ10 that's in there, coenzyme Q10. It's really coming from the caffeine or the herbs that they put in these things or the high sugar content. If they don't have high sugar content, you can guarantee if they're giving you energy, they have a high caffeine content. Just understand that that's where it's coming from. While we're on the subject of things like that, CoQ10 and creatine, a lot of times supplements that say creatine on them and coenzyme Q10, and there's another good one called PQQ. This one says PQQ Energy. That is not energy that you are going to feel, unless again you're very, very depleted or very weakened from things like maybe your muscles are weakened from like cholesterol medication or something like that. Even though these things say energy on them, can't even talk, that's hard to say. Even though these things say energy on them, this is more like cellular energy. This is to help rebuild your mitochondria and things like that, which are going to help replenish the mitochondria in your cells to help with energy that way, cellular energy. It's not really energy that you can feel per se, unless your body has been depleted of it. Even though they are essential to take, you might not feel it as much as you will something with some herbal stimulants in it. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't take it. Even creatine produces more ATP in your muscles. That's your muscle energy. However, will you really feel it? Not so much. Will you feel it in terms of strength? If you take the right amount and the right kind, yeah, you could. So that's really good for working out. B vitamins, these are the main things and components of the multivitamins, the B vitamins, B complex that if you do get energy from it, this is primarily where it's going to be coming from. There are different types of B vitamins. There are new B vitamins out called coenzymated and methylated forms of B vitamins. These came out a few years ago to address the fact that they found out that most people don't have the ability to absorb the B vitamins, and they're water soluble, so they tend to run out of you. So they have new higher absorption forms of B vitamins. If you're going to get energy from any type of B vitamin, it's most likely going to be this kind. Country Life makes a really, really good one called coenzyme B complex. This is the advanced one. It's just all the newer forms or the methylated forms of B vitamins that absorb better, basically. Also, a lot of times people come in looking for B12 for energy. This is a big one that people come in looking for. I want B12 to give me energy. B12 will only give you energy if you're deficient in it, for the most part, or it'll be short-lived. You'll take it for a month or so, and then the effects of it wear off quickly. There's different forms of B12. There's methyl forms of B12. Dibencozide. Dibencozide, a form of B12, is the one that is designed to give you energy the best. The methyl form is really good if you have nerve damage and neuropathy and things like that. And also with the B12 sublingual form. It has to go under the tongue, whether it be a spray, a lozenge, or a liquid B12. Yeah. Like now, Some of the companies make a good form of liquid B vitamins with extra B12 in them. Sometimes, again, the liquid will help it absorb better. Thank you. Now also, there's flat out herbal stimulants. Things like that used to be available years ago, like Stacker 3 and things like that. They still make some of those things that are in that class. This one's called ECA Extreme. This one's called Lipodrine. These products still have ephedra in them. The form that hasn't been taken off the market is not ephedrine like they used to have years ago. It's a form of ephedra, a form of the plant that wasn't tagged in the legislation. They're still allowed to use it. Don't expect the same results, but they're not bad. The thing with these things is you have to remember you use them in moderation. And you also have to watch, because they also contain high amounts of caffeine, you have to watch the other sources of caffeine that you're consuming. Usually people that run into problems with these are the people that take them and either don't eat, or they take them in conjunction with other sources of caffeine and don't eliminate that source of caffeine, and it winds up being too much at once. These are the types of things that you usually wind up crashing from. But those are available also, and some of them have things added to them to help with burning fat. Make as herbal what they call thermogenic fat burners. Basically things that help. They're great to take before you work out if you can take them. If you have a tolerance that allows it, because you take these before you work out, you sweat like a fiend, and you get a much better workout. Some of the herbal supplements that are good. A lot of people like green tea. Green tea contains a moderate amount of caffeine, but also has an amino acid called theanine, so the energy you get from the green tea is usually more smooth than you would from coffee. It's a little bit more milder because the theanine in the green tea will buffer out some of the edginess from the caffeine. So a lot of people like this. This is a liquid. This is from Pure Inventions. This one's really good. If you're looking for a good liquid extract for green tea, this is really popular because they're flavored, and you can put it in your water bottle and drink it while you're working out or while you're walking or whatever, give you a little bit of extra energy. But it's a high EGCG and polyphenol green tea. You would have to drink, they say, approximately like 10 to 12 bags or glasses of green tea to get what's in one dropper full of this, so it's pretty popular. Health Aid, we've mentioned before in a lot of the other videos, with their probiotics and some other things they make some really good herbal supplements from ginseng. They make a really good, like the best Panax ginseng pill that I've ever been able to find, called Coragen. This one has more energy properties to it. It's Korean ginseng. They also make Cybergen, which is they used to call it Siberian ginseng. Now they call it Eleutherococcus. It's more milder. Usually guys use the Panax ginseng. Women use the Siberian ginseng, but you don't have to. I mean, it's just this the way it usually is. You can do either one of you can do either one.
Can I add a little bit more?
Yes.
So when we have a customer that she loves this product, and she constantly buy for...
Sometimes guys respond better to ginseng, especially Panax ginseng. So guys, if you're looking for a little bit of lift, if you know what I mean, Panax ginseng can sometimes take care of that.
Yep.
And also another product from them is Ginkgo Vital. Ginkgo Vital is a combination of these two products, the Korean ginseng and the Siberian ginseng, and 100 milligrams of Ginkgo biloba. Ginkgo biloba is like for the brain. It helps increase circulation to the brain. So the combination of the two different types of ginseng and the ginkgo is a really, really good one. This was my favorite one from them. It's called Ginkgo Vital 3. These are good because when they wear off, they just wear off. You don't crash from them because there's no caffeine, and you can take them. They're designed to be one-a-day supplements, but you can take them more than once a day if you want. This one's really popular like in the afternoon, like to take off that mid-afternoon crash. White kratom is a decent uplift. This is without caffeine. White kratom at smaller amounts, not large amounts, but at smaller amounts, can you give you a nice little lift for a few hours. And again, because there's no caffeine in here, it just wears off. It doesn't tax your adrenal glands or anything. It just kind of wears off as long as you just do smaller amounts of it. Any type of kratom in larger amounts will make you tired, but in smaller amounts it can actually give you a nice uplift and help increase mental focusing. Also, it's really good, especially before a workout. So if you're looking for something, again, sometimes a lot of people ask, what can I take for energy? Because I work out at night, and I don't want something like a pre-workout that's going to keep me up all night. If you take kratom before your workout at night, go work out for a couple hours. By the time you get home and everything, it's a good workout, and it wears off, and you'll be able to sleep usually.
Because a lot of time, when I take something that has a lot of caffeine, it just, makes me really anxious, like anxiety too, and like heart rates, handshakes, sweat, all kinds of things, and this is my favorite. I mean, I can take that all the time before I work out.
Right, and still be able to sleep when you get home.
Yes.
If you take some of these other things, like they have Rapid Fire and Hydroxy Elite, like we mentioned before, if you take these before you work out, you better do it in the morning or in the afternoon, because if you do this at night, you're not getting, unless you have a really high tolerance, you're not getting to sleep anytime soon.
Right.
You'll get a lot done, but not sleep.
Yes.
A couple milder things too, before we wrap it up. Rhodiola is a decent one for energy. Rhodiola can be taken also if you're the type of person that, while we're on the subject of stimulants, sometimes I get people say, well, I take caffeine and it makes me tired. I take green tea, it makes me sleepy. If you take a stimulant and it makes you tired, it means your adrenal glands really, really need to be looked at or addressed, or take some adrenal supplements. Rhodiola is one of those adrenal type supplements. They call them oh gosh, the name just went right out of my head, but they can, they're adaptogens. Sorry, that's it. They're adaptogens. Rhodiola falls under the category of an adaptogen herb. Adaptogen herbs are really, really good to help your, if your adrenals are overworked. You burn the candle at both ends. You're not sleeping well. You have 2-3 jobs. You're running around trying to keep up. Drink coffee, and instead of making you tired, making you awake, it has the opposite effect. That means your adrenal glands are kind of overworked, and you should take things. So think about taking things like rhodiola. Ashwagandha is another really good one for that, and the ginsengs also fall under the adaptogen category. That and another good one, spirulina. Sometimes in between meals, spirulina, either in powder or pill form. A lot of people like the powder because the amount of pills you have to take for spirulina to get to work is you got to take like usually 6 or 8 of them. People don't like to swallow a lot of pills. You could take the powder, like a teaspoon of the powder, mix in a little bit of water, drink it. It tastes like grass, but it absorbs faster that way. And it's great to take in between meals just to kind of give you a little bit of lift, especially in the middle of the afternoon, or if you got something to do later on at night. Like us, we work out after we, normally speaking, sometimes right after we do these videos, we go right from here to the gym. So we're limited to take what we can take, that's after working a 10 or 12 hour day. We're limited to what we can take, and still, because we have to sleep when we get home, this is something that could give you just enough lift to get you through your workout and still be well worn off by the time you get home, and you'll sleep okay. Another really good product from, I mentioned before, Health-Ade. I know I keep bringing these guys up, but they make really good high concentrations. This Cybergen Sports is a combination of Tribulus, Tongkat Ali, and Eleuthero, which is Siberian ginseng, but it's a sublingual spray. So you don't have to wait an hour or so for this to kick in. If you have, when you're getting that nodding off or that sleepy feeling, whether it be in the middle of the afternoon or just say right after you eat lunch or something, you can do 6 or 8 sprays under the tongue of this stuff, and it works, and it gives you a nice lift, and again, it will not keep you awake at night. It just carries you over the last 3 or 4 hours, and when it wears off, it just wears off. You don't feel any worse for doing so. So that's about it. I think we covered pretty much everything we're going to cover that night. Aulia, how you doing?
Hi.
Got your name right this time, buddy. Aulia, how are you? And who else is here tonight? I'd like to thank everybody for joining in. Again, if you have any questions, you can either comment on the video or send us a private message on Facebook. You can also check us out on Instagram. We're at the Vitamin House online on Instagram. Send us a direct message over there. Anna's got her videos up also on her personal Instagram. You can link to her through our Instagram page. Again, if you have any comments or ideas, I should say, about what topics you want to talk about, I think the next one we're going to do is minerals and different types of calcium and how they absorb differently, things like that. Any questions you have, so far our topics have just come up from people coming in and asking us here. Just these are things that people come to us to discuss with us, and that's why they come to see us, to understand what makes one product different than the other. So the whole topic of tonight's subject was, do energy supplements work? And the answer is yes, if you get the right ones, and there's different ones for different applications, but how are you going to know? Come to talk to us or send us a message. We'll help you out as best we can. That's what we do here. We try, and that's why we're here. We try and help you pick the best product for your needs and get your money's worth. So that's everything. So what do we got here? Hey Ian, how's it going, buddy? How are you? Thanks for stopping by. He's always here. Appreciate it. So once again, thanks everybody for joining in. Thank you for everybody for joining in. I appreciate it. And again, you can send us a message at either through Facebook or you give us a call at 732-414-2777. We're here 7 days a week. You come in, you can see myself, Anna, Ryan's here on the weekends. So there's always a family member here to help you out. Remember, we try all these products ourselves, and I've got 30 years doing this, of helping people and answering everybody's questions, and 30 years of feedback from customers, second and third generation sometimes. That's where we get the best feedback from, is our customers, and how we differentiate, and sift through all the marketing that goes into these products. We try and give you our answers when you come in here and ask us questions. It's coming from answers. The answers are coming from a hands-on experience. So that's why we're here. And I appreciate you guys checking us out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and we'll catch you tomorrow night on the next one.
Bye.
Take care.